What up, what up, what up? We back for another week of the Rick and Jordy podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick. What's going on? What up, y'all?
Hey, and so we're back. We're back. Icebreakers, okay, so I had a question that I wanted to ask you. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Randomly. All right, I'm sorry, this is super random. But I was like actually coming home from work today, and I was like, you ever seen that meme of the first camera ever? And then
I don't think so.
Okay, so I don't know if it's a joke. I didn't really research much into it, but it made me think about it because there was like a picture of the first camera ever invented. It's like this huge thing that, Anyways, they said, but the meme has always been who took this picture.
Okay.
And so it started making me think about the first of everything. Like,
yeah.
But that one really bothered me because it's like, who did take the picture? Like, how did they do that? Because it looks like a. Let me see if I can find the picture that I used to see. Picture of first camera.
So there ain't no way that
yeah, here it is.
It could be the second camera that took the picture of the first camera.
No. Let me share this with you. I just want you to see this because this is like it actually kind of like made me sit and think like what are we talking about? Like who had time to even think of this? First of all, so all right, so this is supposed to be this is the picture I used to see. This is the world's first camera, right?
Yeah.
So I've always been like, all right. I asked the question. All right, if this is the first camera, who took this picture?
Yeah. And how big is the other camera that's taking the picture of that camera?
Exactly, because this is like it feels like somebody time traveled with I don't know. Well, I mean, yeah, it would have had been somebody like time traveling to take this picture. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that
works. Google first photograph. See what
Google
comes up.
First photograph. Okay.
Yeah.
First photograph
ever taken.
First photo ever taken. Ooh, what in the world? This is it.
First photo. All right, so that's trash quality.
Boy, this is like them Android phones. This is what they pictures be looking like.
All washed.
What in the world is that? Hold up. Wait a minute. Can you still see it? Oh, hold on. Wait. Oh, it took me to a different link. That's why it took me to a different tab when I clicked it. What is this? Is this first photos from the history of photography? So like that's what I'm saying. Like this can't be a photo, can it? Because this is a camera too, right? This almost
it has to be a yeah. You think it's a painting?
That's what it looks like. It looks like a painting. But it says taken in 1826 or 1827 by Joseph. I don't know how you say that. World's oldest surviving photograph was captured using a technique invented called heliography, which produces one of a kind images on metal plates treated with light sensitive chemicals.
Okay. So, that kind of it could be a painting.
That's what I'm saying. Like that don't even look real. But like, cause like the other one of the camera, that one looked like a real photo, but it's like there's no way.
Yeah, that quality was
way better than this.
Was dialed in.
Yeah. So I wonder so this couldn't have been like, all right. So then this couldn't have been like a camera or like first photo. So maybe this is not like camera. Maybe this is something else. Because this doesn't say necessarily a photograph he invented. The photograph was captured using a technique invented called heliography. Okay, so but the first ever camera, this was hold on. The camera is not the camera in history. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting off in a tangent already.
Wait, what was it about the
Huh?
BC?
In Chinese manuscripts dating back
Oh,
to 400 BC in Aristotle's work.
conceptual descriptions.
Oh, okay. So just the idea of it then.
Yeah.
Mm. So first photo ever taken was 1826 or 27, and the first camera, that was the first movie camera. What does it say? Like when the first camera for making for photographic images? And okay, all right.
Why?
1825. Okay, all right. My bad. I'm getting off on a tangent, but this is some of the random stuff that be going on in my head, like for when I'm just driving or something like that, and I got too much time.
Yeah.
That popped up in my head. Anyways.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Huh?
Okay. I think that might have just been the oldest surviving photograph. But
Oh.
all right, my fault. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. Anyways, my bad. If y'all, you're watching at home and you have some insight on how the first photograph was ever taken of that camera, please let us know, because I don't, Rick don't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Right. Or if you find a different first photo ever taken.
Yeah.
Something, leave a comment or leave the link in a comment or something.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. The concept, I wonder. So they say it was like Aristotle's time of like when they thought about the concept of a camera, and so like, what made them? Because you know what I think about?
Blinking.
So it's like taking like mental pictures.
Yeah. I mean, when I was young, you blink real fast. You think you capturing, like, the image kind of stays still for a second.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, shoot, that's what I would think.
No, it had to come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that could be it. That could be it. Because yeah, if you're right, you blink really fast. It does feel like a kind of like a shutter.
Yeah, exactly. Yup.
Yeah.
A shutter. So mental photo, mental pictures, or just the thought of I'm sure they painted, they did all that. So the thought of capturing a photo in another means or another way that doesn't take all the effort, for real. So just something simple.
Dog, can you imagine, one, how cold you had to be at drawing people, and then two, how trash it would be to sit there for hours,
sit there,
get your family portrait, and then like for an adult to sit there.
Right.
And then, like if you're doing like a family portrait, you got kids and stuff, like that just seems like
that'd be pretty terrible.
That's what it was. Somebody said, "Man, we need a faster way to do this."
Exactly.
Ain't no way.
Exactly. We need a faster way to capture our memories.
Man.
So, yep. Probably the thought of capturing important events or whatever like that. Mm-hmm.
Can you? I wonder, because like, all right, when you're drawing somebody like in that time period, there's no way that they were sitting there like straight, like
no, they have to move. They have to be able to move.
Well, I mean, would they be there the whole time? So like,
the whole time?
What I'm saying is, like, would they break it up over the course of days?
I would think so.
So how do you get back in, like, all right, I'm back in this position, like
same position?
Yeah, like tilt your head. You was scratching your head like right here.
I don't know. Maybe they maybe the artist or whomever, they make reference points and stuff on the picture or on their work. I don't know. Shit. That I'm sure if they good enough, they can, a lot of, from what I've seen, like artists can draw things from memory, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They may just need a reference. So like just the fact that the person is there, that's reference enough for like, all right, I got all your features, but like your body and stuff, I could change that up anyway, but it'll still be you. But like you have more freedom with that part. But with their face, with their face, if they're there, you see the features. I think that's
Facts.
maybe how it could go.
Facts, because I think I was reading something about like when they used to do like the paintings or the drawings of like leaders and stuff like that, like kings and stuff like that of a time. Like some of the kings might be, I don't know, they might not look, especially like Egyptians when they did these sculptures, like
Yeah,
they never looked like the
exactly.
person. It was
Yeah,
just like how the person was perceived or
yeah.
something like that. Like,
Or how they wanted themselves to look. Honestly,
yeah,
yeah. They want to
because
be beautiful.
dog, because for yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Because for years, or I ain't gonna say for a long time, from when we were kids to adults, they wanted us to believe King Tut was like just this like amazing, like
Yes. Of
emperor, like or pharaoh.
symmetrical.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like the perfect, like even the drawings of him. Like I was like, oh man, but then they dug him up, and then they did the reconstruction.
Yeah. Oh boy, was busted.
Bruh had bow legs. He was
Mhm.
pot belly. He they said, man, then they did the real history on him, talking about he ain't never fought in no wars because he had a club foot, so he couldn't actually like,
Really?
yeah, because what it was typical was like the pharaohs would actually fight. Supposedly, I don't know. This is what I read, but the pharaohs would actually get out and fight. Like they were supposed to be out there. Like kings in that time would actually fight, but
Hmm.
couldn't because of a physical disability because he was inbred, like most pharaohs, like they're,
Yeah.
or most,
Royalty or
royalty.
yeah.
Yeah, they were inbred because they believed in keeping the bloodline pure, which is for them to be so advanced. You would think they would be like, hey, you know what? There's a lot of people coming up before when we do this.
Yeah.
Like maybe we should go outside. But uh yeah, he wasn't what they made him out to be, and he didn't rule that long. It didn't look like he only lived to like what,
Yeah,
18 or
he
19
was
or something?
young. Yeah, yeah, young.
Maybe younger
So
than that.
he was young with a dad bod.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean, he couldn't do nothing. And then they
yeah.
I think they
Yeah, the foot.
yeah, supposedly he was assassinated. Because they
Okay.
said they found like blunt trauma on his skull or something like that. Like somebody hit him
Got
upside
him.
the head. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Brush
know.
him.
Yeah.
Well,
But that,
shoot.
yeah. But
Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that was my tangent. My bad.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, think of if they did have cameras back in those times. That would be some dope stuff to see though. That like just imagine the amount of hours you could spend just going through photos of just all like I wouldn't even say all of history, but back to those times where kings and pharaohs ruled
Yeah.
and yeah, royalties, knights, all that type of thing, kingdoms. That'd be cool to see.
Oh, for sure. For sure. No, I've thought about that many a times. Like I'm like, man, it'd be cool like to just, I don't know, if I can just get like, a moment just to look at it. I don't want to actually be there necessarily.
Yeah,
Being
yeah,
there would be cool if I couldn't get touched. But like, because that stuff seemed like it was dangerous. Like, but
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
if you could just like look like and see like a video or a picture of that time, like of stuff actually happening, I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, yep.
But seeing as like how we're always trying to capture the image of people, of humans, of their interactions, of life and everything, it seems like people are willing to, I don't know, it seems like people are always fixated on being able to capture the image or the feeling of being human, right? And I say that because it kind of leads us into our topic of like synthetic people.
Hmm.
So, like we talked about, all
Yeah,
right, they want to capture the images of human beings, of people. People want to capture images for memories and things like that. Whatever the case may be, they take pictures and this, and the other. But now they're doing a different type of capturing of the human
very different.
essence. Yeah.
Very different.
And apparently this has been going on for a long time, but now they've got the first, what was it, the first embryos?
Yeah, yeah. You said essence.
Yeah, the
I like
essence.
that word. Yeah, yeah.
Essence, because that's what it really is. It's the essence,
For
like,
real.
like pictures capture the essence of human life, of what we are, what we were at one point. and and pictures can show the gradual change. And what now they're trying to do is capture the essence of human life, right?
The
And
person.
so, well, let's just start with the video, right? Synthetic.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with. So let's start with
is.
the video. And I got that pulled up actually. Just 1 second. All right. Y'all ready?
Scientists from the US and UK teaming up to create what is being called the world's first synthetic human embryos made without eggs or sperm. Some are calling it a scientific breakthrough. Others say it raises serious ethical and legal questions. Dr. Mark Siegel joins us, and you always give it to us straight. Your thoughts on this, Dr. Siegel? Welcome.
Hi, Sandra. This is a tough topic. So, as you know, embryonic stem cell research has traditionally been very controversial. Catholic Church is against it. Some Protestants back it, but there's a big religious backlash against doing research on embryos. And there's an International Society for Stem Cell Research that has said up to 14 days you can do it. Not everybody agrees with that. And then they're trying to extend that. Obviously, 14 days comes from the time of implantation. They're figuring pre-implantation. Here's what's going on here. They took one single cell, embryonic stem cell, one single cell, and they're manipulating it to see what the placenta would look like, what the yolk sac would look like. They're not creating actual embryos that you could do something with. There's no precursor of a brain or a heart, and they're not planning on using it for anything other than testing why someone miscarries or what are genetic abnormalities and can you predict them. But I have a question. I would have a question for the researcher here, same as I have a question about gain of function research. Could you do this with computers? Could you do this with artificial intelligence? Could you predict this without using this actual cell and manipulating it? That's the question they really have to answer from an international science point of view. And then, of course, there's the religious backlash.
All right, so these are far from becoming actual humans. But to your point, there's a lot that we could learn from them along the way, right, Dr. Siegel? And that's part of science, what you stumble on.
Science.
You know, and I agree with that.
Science.
Miscarriage is something that's very mysterious to us. We don't know why a woman miscarries a lot of the time. Sometimes it's a genetic abnormality, sometimes it isn't. These are not actual embryos. This is a single cell, and the cell. This started, by the way, in 2018 with mouse cells, mouse stem cells, and now a human cell. But again, it is not an actual embryo, and it doesn't have the characteristics of it. They're looking to see what they can do to predict miscarriage and to predict genetic abnormalities earlier on than, say, an amniocentesis, which occurs so there could be big advances here made, and so it needs to be taken very seriously. Anything we can do to advance science, we should do, but we also should take the feelings into place of people that have religious concerns.
Thank you so much for all of that, Dr. Siegel. It's caught a lot of people's attention and making a lot of headlines. Good to get
you. Yeah. So there's an issue, but I don't know. I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
So I guess they are they're just taking it sounds like from how he was explaining it, they just took a single cell from the embryo and left the embryo intact, and then they're cloning those cells, right?
Yeah,
just the cells. So he said that about 7-10 times. It's not actual embryo, so they're cloning the cells of the embryo, not actually developing another embryo. So it's not. So that's why he keeps saying no brain, heart, stuff like that. Okay, so that's all good, but I wonder if the cells are to only detect abnormalities within the pregnancy, so not within the embryo itself. So like it's to help the women. So okay. I talking through that helped me understand a little bit more. Because at first I thought it was like they were actually taking the embryo cell and then cloning the embryo to see how that reacts and everything with all the biology and stuff. So I thought that was a little. That's why I text you. I was like, oh, so they're making aliens? Like that's why I said aliens low key.
Yeah.
So I thought they were making non-sentient, but something that will be able to develop and have those human traits, you know what I'm saying? Like organs and stuff. So that makes it feel a little bit better. Well, it makes it feel better, but yeah, it's still something I haven't thought about much. How do you feel about it?
Well, first, whenever somebody like repeats something over and over, like he was, like when he said, they're not human, like this is like that raises a flag for me for whatever reason, because I feel like when people start doing that, it's like they trying hard to convince you of something.
Convince you, yo.
This is cool. I promise they ain't humans. Hey, they cool. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I don't know, it just raises a flag. So I'm just kind of like, all right. And then he was like, they're only using this for this purpose. But when has science ever been that way? Because the reason why I say that is because we have atomic bombs. At one point, science was trying to experiment with something else, and then it was like, oh, if we put enough of this in here in a really big way, this can blow up a whole country if we want to
detonate. Yeah.
I mean, well, I didn't watch it, but I heard that was basically like the premise of Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that either, but yeah.
Okay. That. Also, when we talked about Plum Island, where they experiment with like diseases and things like that and different animals. Like, I feel like it always, like we said before on here, it always starts out as innocent. Like we're just trying to see this. But then it gets to another point, like, okay, but what if this? You know what I'm saying? Because AI technology started in a similar way, right? We've always had AI. Because if we play video games, that is AI, right?
True.
Because like when you play Madden, you play against a computer, they're learning the way you play. They're just not doing it at that skilled of a level. It's just like it's going to cap out.
Computer.
And you can change the difficulty, right? So you can kind of control that.
There's algorithms in there,
exactly. And now we've got AI to a point where you can put it inside of a vessel, right? Like some sort of body, and try to make that to be human. Or pass it off as human, right? That's what I'm saying. Like it started out as a little fun thing, like, oh, this is just for video games. So that way when you're playing it, you don't always have to play against like your friend, you know, like Pong, you know, you always had to play against somebody else. Now you can play by yourself, right? And so I feel like that's the part that's concerning me, because it's like, all right, if you're doing stuff like this to test why certain things happen, I get it. It's science, because that's the way science is, right? They had to learn that, okay, when somebody gets sick with this specific disease, that this type of medicine works, or this type of treatment works best for this, right? Somebody had to, you know, quote unquote, bite the bullet on that and learn. It, in my eyes, is better to not have use a live human or a human being in that manner. Right. So if you had another way of being able to test it and still get the results that would work for a human being, that would be better, ideally. But the question that's raised here is this human? It's human cells.
Human cells.
Does that count? And I think that's where the conflict is.
Right.
My religious side of me, well, I guess that's the only side of me. The religious, my beliefs tell me that that's unethical, because it's still human cells, it's human embryo, or, you know, it's still human cells that make up that human embryo, even if it's not like attached to a, you know, maybe a person. You know, it still feels, I don't know, it don't feel right. And it feels like I said, it feels like it's going to lead to something else, because there's never, it's with science, there's always a ... Right. There's never no absolute, like they never stop adding on to, you know, whatever
research. Research is always continuous and ongoing, for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I get what you're saying by like they saying this for this, but what's keeping them for taking it a whole step further. What I guess when you think like taking it further, what would you envision them doing?
Oh, I mean,
If you
just
want to
people.
say just people.
Creating
Okay,
people.
okay. Yeah,
Creating
okay.
people. I mean,
I figure like they probably already doing that, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like this could be another tool within trying to create or clone humans.
Yeah.
This could be like the key to unlock another door that's very vital and critical.
Yeah.
For another piece. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because like, even though they saying it's not humans, like it can, in a real roundabout way, can be used for way other stuff.
Because dog, this is the setup, right? All right, this is the way that's or the way that I've perceived things like that to work. It's like, all right, we got to put something in front of people. I remember when we was in college, right? I was telling myself, I remember we went to go see, like, you remember going to see 3D movies?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember how rare that was because not every movie was 3D.
Yep.
But then
new at the time.
Yeah, you had to get the little special glass. You had to get the special glasses, and there was only specific movies that was in 3D and certain theaters. But then there was a moment in time where 3D was everything. Like you remember, every movie was 3D for a long period.
Yeah.
And every movie you had to get the glasses. Like but then I remember saying in college when that started happening, I was like, "Oh, they're just trying to prepare us for the next thing." Whatever 4D is. I don't know what 4D. I don't think I said 4D, but I was like, they're just trying to prepare us for the next thing. Yeah. I know I didn't say 4D because I couldn't picture that. But I felt that.
XD.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever it would have been. I just know, like, all right, if something's starting to happen too frequently, they're getting ready to release something else. So it has to be, people have to be normalized to this first, right? Because since 3D was such a new thing, it was like, oh man, this is amazing. This is cool. I can't drop the 4D on you because you just now figuring out what this is. You're not going to that one. You know what I'm saying? You can like, hey, this is weird.
Yeah, that blow your mind.
So that's why I feel like that was already in production, and it was like, all right, we're gonna get this to them, and then we're gonna start ramping it up a little bit, and then we'll give them something else, right? So I feel like it's the same thing with this, right? And now they have like the 4D because now you can have the senses of like,
the movement and
all that stuff. So that's there now, right? And that's a common-ish thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the theaters,
if you want to pay $25 for a ticket,
$30. I think I might have been the one. Yeah. But I feel like that's where this is at, right? So this is in the stage of, hey, this is not humans. This is not humans. This is not humans. To the next step of, all right, we're developing. They're going to start developing children and just to test like different learning methods for children. Like, we want to see how this affects this child, but these are not children.
No, these aren't humans. These are just
They weren't created in that way. They're just lab creations, right? And then it's just going to keep ramping up to a point to where people are so like numb to it. It's like, oh, they've been doing that. They've been doing that since 2020. These are not real people.
Yeah, these are not real people. Yeah.
And this might be controversial, but I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. If anybody thinks that's far-fetched, remember slavery, because black people wasn't people either. So, and I'm saying that not to be funny, but I'm saying that's a true part of our history is that black folks we weren't considered people. So if you can consider actual human beings not people, why would it be so far-fetched to believe that at some point that these people that are created in labs
actually created
are not true people? Like to me that's an easy sell.
Yep. Because there's what he mentions is saying there's no sperm and egg involved.
No sperm, no eggs. Like, hey, this is all lab work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like meat that's created in lab, right? Because meat that's created in lab is not really beef, it's not pork.
Yeah.
This was in the lab, which is absolutely gross, by the way. I don't know that I've ever had it.
It's crazy,
but
I don't know. Yeah, knowingly, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah,
But
normally I'm not. That goes back to another episode that we
yeah, that's true. It ain't something I'm seeking out.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's a great point, bro. Like what's stopping them from taking it to that place? But in the well, you answered that already. You answered that. You already said you don't vibe with it at all.
Yeah, nah.
It doesn't sit right with you.
I just think there's too much. I just think there's too much that can happen.
Yeah.
With that. Like I said, I'm all for the research of figuring out like these different things with like, pregnant women and things like that, because pregnancy, just watching it, bro, is like a hard thing for women. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't if it were roles reversed, I would never have kids because I'm not mentally, I'm not strong enough to handle what my wife has to handle or any woman has to handle. I don't want to do that. So like I would really want for them to figure out something to make it more comfortable, less stressful, less anxiety about all the things going on in their body that they can't see but they can feel. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but like I don't know, it's something off about the way that they're doing it. And I personally, I feel like there's got to be another way because like you said, they have AI.
That's what I was okay. Yeah. So I was on you feel that AI would be I guess accurate enough in this situation? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how the cell AI works and all that.
At some point, AI is going to be more accurate than humans.
Yeah, that's true. Because
on 2K, they don't miss. Well, you put that mug on, you put that Hall of Fame, boy, they don't miss
all the way up.
Yeah,
that's true.
They be taking the worst players on the team and they be locking up and hitting threes from everywhere. So I don't know.
Yeah. And just think like AI, honestly, they make AI, it crawls the web. So it just has access to everything.
Yeah.
Well, the World Wide Web.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's technically always learning.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's way.
Which that was a hard concept for me to understand. I guess I understand it a little bit now. Like, yeah, it's just pulling all this data from across the web and just putting it together and but it's doing it quick, quicker than we could. So
yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm surprised they don't have. Like, that's not a go-to with the AI and stuff like that. You think maybe they would try that route before they would go the biological route and you know, work with humans and stuff, but who knows? Maybe that's too far-fetched for them, but they got money.
All right. So hear me out. This is another thing I was thinking about too with this. This might be a little on the conspiracy side, but okay. So look, if there's a way that they figure out how to truly like clone a person from doing this, what's to say that, all right, you get this person cloned, nobody knows, right? And you train this person up to be some type of world leader, and then you plant them in some obscure country, right? And stuff is going the way that you want it to go. You can get it to, you can get it to do what you want, this person to do what you want. And then you're like, oh, this works. And then you start trying to do it on larger scale. So then you're like, we can just breed world leaders.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you can just keep putting them in these different places. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, I just think about stuff like that. Or you start messing with genetics. They play with genetics too. And you start creating super soldiers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, for entertainment purposes, super athletes, which I would hope. I mean, I wouldn't think they would waste their money on super athletes, but I mean, they could.
Yeah, super athlete league.
Yeah, which I don't know why you would spend billions of dollars, trillions of dollars of that to do that, but I mean, if you're gonna spend that type of money, it needs to be something impactful. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's where I think like the conflict comes in, is because like you're still using human, DNA or genetics or whatever the terminology is for it. You're still using human.
You're using humans to make human likeness.
Yes, exactly.
It's not
human.
ethical, biologically a human, because there's no sperm and egg involved, but
yeah,
I'm sure it would develop feelings and all that. It would be sentient.
That's just fine print. That's just fine print. That's just like, oh yeah, little details down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what bothers me. That's part of the thing that bothers me so much, is because it's like, man, they be finding any other little way to just be like, all right, but we can do this.
So you saying like if that man, shout out the doctor, I forgot his name already. If that man was like doing an infomercial, all that extra information, like this is not a human, eggs and sperm, we're not using the process of making this creation, stuff like that, it will be fine print like that, huh?
That's that fast part.
They try to slide in.
This is not going to be used.
Yep.
That part right there. That's the all the symptoms and the other things that can happen.
Yep.
I don't trust it.
We are not obligated to tell you this person is not a real human being. Stuff like that.
That too is a dog. I just think that's too easy. It's too realistic. It can happen.
And that one with this type of
and so like I don't care what they're telling me. I just know, like, just from watching the way our world has been going, that's not far-fetched to me anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not. It just the track record of pretty much, if you think it and you have money, you can try to execute it or try to look more into it for real.
Yeah.
And a lot of the smart people are connected with, higher like the government and higher positions and stuff like that. So that's I'm sure they got hella shit going through their mind. So they want to explore and research and see if it's humanly possible for real. That's what it comes down to. Is
for sure
possible?
For sure. So going back to the idea of like, all right, this leading to like cloning people. The other reason why I feel like it's not far-fetched is because, have you ever seen the AI social media influencers?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. You know, like if you can think about creating a social media influencer to do whatever you want, well, why wouldn't you be able to do that with a clone? You know what I'm saying? But I also had this question too, like, well, or like my feeling about it is, the only thing about like a clone is that it wouldn't have a soul, would it?
Yeah, you would think not,
because it was created in a lab. So it's essentially that would be their other argument, is
argument.
It doesn't have a soul or implanted morals. Like, you would have to teach it that.
Yeah, you would have to, or whatever, give it a software upgrade or hardware upgrade.
Yeah.
To implant morals.
Which is absolutely, that's
so.
Yeah, I can understand why like religious people, I mean, would be upset. I guess I'm not upset, but I am concerned, and I don't agree with it. But I can understand why they'd be upset too, because essentially what's happening is they're trying to play God. It feels like, so like that can be a little, like, well, not a little, that can ruffle feathers.
Yep. So it's like, it's definitely, like you said, try and play God. So
there's
people who are more on the science side, and then there's people who are more on the religious side. So It's always been the Clash.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So if I don't know if it were a person in my life, I don't know how I would feel if they gave up their body for science like that. I think that's a little invasive. Even like just not even taking it to the religious side. I just feel that it's super invasive.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
no, for sure.
So that's why it don't sit well with me.
I saw another video where they were talking about there was two different videos. So there was another video where they were talking about being able to use like the stem cells or whatever to be able to heal people from that have had like serious injuries, spine injuries, like that.
The fast heal.
Yeah. So that and then there was another one that was like, what if there was I think this was another podcast though that I saw, but they were talking about if they created clones, then they would use them to, for lack of a better word, I hate this word, but they would use them to like harvest like organs, right? So
yeah.
So say like John, right? He got a clone of himself. Yeah, so he needs a new liver or he needs a blood transfusion. Well, he has an exact clone of himself. He can just get it from that clone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Even still, that seems like
that for everybody in the world. I mean, we're already dealing with overpopulation.
Yeah. Well, I guess these clones wouldn't actually live lives.
Oh,
I don't know what they would do with them, honestly. I don't think that was really, divulged, but it was just more of a scenario. Like if this were to happen, they almost made it sound like this would be like clothes in the
closet. Yeah.
Like, oh man, let me go get John 1503, and I need a toe. I was playing with fireworks.
I wonder if they will have them their whole lives and they will grow. The clones will grow with you, or would it like you would acquire the clone after you had to buy it or something?
If they were made out of organic, that's the thing. If they were made out of organic human cells, they would have to grow, right?
Yeah, you would think so. Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, they could, if they were living life, they could develop diseases and stuff too. Then,
yep,
because they would just be human tissue, which would be crazy. Because if you just had like a genetic defect, that clone would, well, one of the clones could get it. I guess it's not true for every single one.
It doesn't have to. Maybe they could remove the defects, but would you? I wonder how different that is than removing a defect in a real, like the actual person. Like if it probably would be easier at the cell level.
I was about to say, because if you're creating it from the ground up, so you'd probably be easier because like it's essentially like coding, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just code this into the you just code like, hey, we're taking this out, we're gonna leave this in. Like you can just how we were talking about like creating a human, you can put in all the qualities that you want and then take out all the ones you don't. So yeah, you're right. I guess in theory you could do that. But then that just seems off. That just seems off.
They do.
I don't know, man. It's just weird that people want to do it because like there's I feel as I've gotten older, I feel like there's a beauty. It's stereotypical because or it's like what's the word for it? But cliche. It's cliche, but they always say like imperfection is perfect or whatever. Perfect.
Yeah,
imperfectly perfect or whatever it is. But I finally I'm like starting to understand it as I get older. It's like all the little like nuances, all the little imperfections in people is what makes all of this great. You know what I'm saying? What makes all this beautiful? Like what makes it worthwhile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it gives everybody their own uniqueness. Like everybody has a story. You know what I'm saying? There's no you'll never find two stories the same, even if you had identical twins born in the same house and went down the same path. Like the Morris twins in the NBA, they both have still interesting stories of their own.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Everyone. Yeah, that's true. So you thinking like clones would kind of get rid of that, and it would be a lot of the same.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting rid of all the defects and everything like that, like then you're essentially creating
Creating perfect.
you're creating this perfect, quote unquote, perfect version of this person, and some of those imperfections are what make this, like,
What makes the person the person. Yeah,
example, right? If I'm gonna use this, right? If in your family you have high blood pressure, right? And so knowing that means you could possibly develop that as you get older, right?
Yep.
So then that person may or may not. It's not always true. It just depends on how the person is. They may, if they're if they're a conscious person of that, they may choose a lifestyle that will be like more healthy. Like, I'm going to go exercise, I'm going to go eat this certain way, and so their body comes and looks out a certain way, and maybe they live a different way, or they enjoy life in a different way. Whereas if you create a person that doesn't have that can do whatever they want, because it's not, that doesn't hinder them, then they'll live this life of, I don't know, it'll be completely different. Yeah, it'll just be whatever. So but that thing about that small detail that nobody else knows, I say small detail because the world wouldn't know that you have high blood pressure unless you tell them.
Yeah.
But that will give them their uniqueness, because they would probably either cook something, like they would probably like, hey, I'm gonna cook my own food, not eat out as much, which means now they have a trait about themselves where, hey, this person can cook really well. And you start getting these people that find different ways of making food that you normally wouldn't eat look good, because they had to do that for themselves.
Right.
Like, I think you find interesting things out of flaws in people. I want to say flaws, not defects, because that sounds so bad, but like the flaws in people, or the things that are not as
or the things that, like you said, just everyone has a different story. So like their story drives what they want to do. So like drives the actions they take. I'm thinking like on the invention, like, so you were talking about chefs. I'm thinking like inventors and stuff. Like we have a friend that wanted to become a software engineer to make a program to help kids with disabilities. So because he had that in his life, he wanted to, help other kids with those similar type of disabilities. And we didn't have that, then, there would be no thinking outside the box. There would be no pushing the boundary, or just people finding what works for them and sharing it with everyone else, because it's like a spider web for real. And instead, clones would just kind of be just parallel instead of kind of branching out. I feel you on that.
Exactly, because everybody would be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, everybody would be,
like, we're all perfect. None of us have
just be linear.
Exactly. We don't have, like, we would, like you said, most difference we would have would be like, if we're born in a different part of the country, maybe we eat a certain type of food anyway, or we speak a certain language, or that would be the only difference we would really have. But all that is everything, I could still try and eat that stuff though, or I could still try and live that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's, like you said, it's linear. There's no true
exploration. Exploration or uniqueness.
And the need to create seems like it not goes away, but it slows down. You know what I mean? Because I like music, right?
Yeah.
Music is just an any art form, really. Any art form is an expression of that person, right? How they feel, how they think, how they view the world, how they perceive the world. All right. That's, painting, recording music, making beats, whatever it may be, art. If I feel like in that same way, if you're removing a lot of, you don't get those artistic views, I feel like, right? Because I feel like some of those artistic views are even partly, if you think about a lot of like artists, usually they've had something that I don't want to say that's off, but they have something about them internally that is different, right?
There's a quirk.
Yeah. And that's what Kanye, right?
Yep.
I think Kanye, he's not necessarily my favorite artist or anything like that, but I do think that he creates, right? And he does that at a really, high level, and he's really good at it. But I think that, like you said, there's a quirk to him that might seem to be if you didn't know who he was, it might seem to be like off. Like, we might want to remove this. And if you remove that, then Kanye doesn't become Kanye.
Yep.
We don't get that type of art.
The same, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I was thinking about like all those like little things like that. I may be off, but that's the idea that I'm going with.
Mm-hmm. No, it makes sense. Clones their stories wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be a human story. So there wouldn't be those. I perceive it wouldn't have those emotions and feelings. Those wouldn't be the same at all. Mm-hmm. So how could they have a true human experience?
Yeah. No, they wouldn't be able to have personality, or I feel like, it would be fake. It'd be fake. It'd be almost AI like.
Almost, yeah.
With organic human tissue.
Yeah.
Which, because you would have to teach them, essentially. You would have to teach them what, I don't know. I guess I don't know how that works. I might be completely wrong, but it just doesn't seem like.
The one way I see it working is if we, if there's multiple universes and there's a way to capture ourselves from the other universe and put us in the same place and this all converge into one universe, that'd be a legitimate clone. But it'll be a different version of yourself, though.
Yeah,
like it'll be a clone, but it'll be a completely different version of yourself.
But would it be a clone though? Would it just be a different?
Or would it just person?
Yeah.
So
that's still that's a person. That person was born.
If it's in another universe, or if it's in another universe, that's a whole different it's another person.
It's a version of you that's still a person. That's not a clone, because it didn't come from you per se. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think
clone is like the genetic came from you, like directly from you? Like that's a clone. Like some part of that came directly from you. Like not like your kids, but like and that's why it looks like you and acts like you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas that dimensional or that version, that universe version of that's a version of you. So it's the same as you, but not, because it's from a different timeline.
Yeah. Do you think it would? Do you think there will be similarities besides looks?
Yeah, assuming.
I think there.
Assuming that the because I think about this too sometimes. It's like maybe in that universe, that person, that version grew up in a maybe wealthier or maybe a less, less economic friendly, I guess, status than you are currently at, or you currently grew up in. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a version of me grew up in a cardboard box and was, maybe an orphan, might not be thinking about doing this show, or the rich version of me, might be doing this, maybe does this show, but with a twist and is in like a big studio or something like that. I don't know. Like, so in that way, I think maybe there could be some similarities, but it just depends on what they did, or where they started, so to speak.
Yeah.
To piggyback, but to go off this, I've heard this theory before. I think I talked about this with my brother actually. There's this theory that what if everything in history, in past, present, and future, is all happening at the same time, right?
I think we might talk about this. You might,
we did talk about this before.
Yeah.
So that always intrigued me when I thought about that. It was like, what if it's all happening at the same time? Like it's all like, all right, going in this direction. You know what I'm saying? And but I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything else on it. There's no information about that, obviously. But
so are we just perpetually locked into the present then?
Whatever our present is,
if it's all happening at the same time.
Yeah, I guess essentially like whatever you did yesterday is still going on, but we've I don't know how it would work. Yesterday is still going on and it's still happening the way it happened, and we're doing what we're doing now. But then there's a version of us tomorrow that's going on. It's a whole thing.
Yesterday, okay,
yeah, like
that is
whatever's going to happen tomorrow is already happening, and I guess I don't know. I guess the best way I can equate it is to like a movie, right? Like if all right, it's when you're streaming a movie, I could fast forward and see what happens at the end, right? But if I'm watching it for the first time, I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm watching it. I see it. I get about 10 minutes in. I know what happened 10 minutes ago. That's still going to happen in that 10 minutes, regardless of what I do. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm currently watching this section of it. And then whatever's going to happen is going to happen regardless. And even when I get there and watch it, I guess, if I explain that right, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a theory that's too jumbled to figure out.
Yeah. I'm trying to. What's that? The Truman Show, that movie, that Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah. Have I watched? I don't even know if I watched it all the way through, but I did start it though, and I liked it. I need to finish. I'm gonna finish that.
Something like that, huh?
Yeah. Because that's where he was like having his life like narrated or something like that, or it was like just a big TV show, and everybody was acting.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah. There's a theory like that too, that nobody else is real except for you.
Yeah, everybody else is NPCs.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to say crazy. That's wild to me. That's wild to me.
So if everybody else is NPCs, like, are we creating them in our mind?
Yeah,
I've seen some crazy.
Supposedly, like, when we walk out, we just creating these people. Like we're creating our familiarity with these people and stuff like that, and our relations with them.
I'm gonna say crazy then, because I see some crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. I can't subscribe. I can't subscribe to either one of those theories, but they're interesting to just throw out there and talk about, because there's like, oh man, time is crazy. It's time. Excuse me, I'm trying to stop saying that. Time is a wild thing to think about. It's hard to think about. It can go in so many different ways, and we don't know anything about it. Time is created by. I mean, time is just a construct that we create to have some type of structure anyway. So,
Shout out to episode 1.
Episode 1. That show was the first episode, huh?
Yep.
That's wild.
So
that's wild. Well, we're getting to the close. Let's do our wiki.
Do the wiki. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Where do we want to start though? Starting in, let's see. The synthetic people have a wiki page.
Synthetic people. I was gonna say.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Probably just clones.
Clones. Let's do that. Yeah, clones. All right. Yeah, it's cloning.
Yeah, we can go to cloning.
Okay, that has a wiki. Where do we want to finish at?
Something that's
will be far off from cloning.
Yeah,
let's do
living.
Something that's not living. Okay, let's do. Why did my brain immediately start thinking about living things? First thing I thought of was like trees.
Yeah,
nature. I was like, man, all that stuff is living. Okay.
Damn, that's too general. I mean, that might be good though.
Let's go to Barney.
Barney.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that better.
What are you thinking of?
I was gonna say like dump truck or something like that.
Oh. What do you want to do? You want to do dump truck or you want to do
Barney?
All right, let me see if he has a wiki first. I don't think Barney has a wiki, which is wild.
Impossible.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I've scrolled past it.
Barney and Friends.
Yeah, Barney and Friends. Okay, yeah, I missed it. All right, Barney and Friends. Okay. All right, you ready?
Close that out.
Yep. All right, cloning to Barney and Friends. All right, ready? Go. So this should be fairly simple.
You would think so. I think, yeah.
I think so. I think if I can get to...
Okay.
You already got somewhere?
Nah.
Okay. I know what. Let me try this. I might have shouldn't have clicked that one though. Let me see something. I might be able to get somewhere with this. Okay.
I was gonna ask, but
you was gonna ask?
Nah.
Did you think I was gonna tell you? That's the real question. Hey, you hear? Nah, let me not say that because that's gonna give it away. What I was doing. Let me stop.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, because I was gonna give it away. Because then you were gonna be like, "Oh, is that what you're looking up?" I'll tell you after this.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm trying to find what is the
I thought I had it.
Yeah, I bet you did. Ooh, wait a minute. Let's do this.
It's a lot of science.
Yeah, you probably went down the wrong rabbit hole there, man.
Have you ever heard of this word, spermatozoon?
Spermatozoon? How you spell it?
Spermatozoon. Zoon. SPERMATOZOON.
I don't think so. What is that?
I'm not clicking it because it's a link.
Click it just to see.
Nah.
Oh man, I don't know why I clicked this.
Shit.
This was not. I shouldn't have clicked this. That didn't even. Okay.
What?
Let's.
I don't want to click half this shit. I think like.
Let's go to this.
All right, this might be it.
Probably not.
Main article.
Hey. I can't get to anything that I want to get to though. No. It's kind of frustrating. Because I feel like if I can get to one specific thing, I will be good. Ooh, hold on. Let's do this.
Damn it. Oh. Okay. Yeah. You're down to that.
That's not it.
Found it.
You found it?
Nah, I'm getting there though.
Oh. Me too.
And which one should I click? Child development stages or toddler?
Wait.
Play age.
Hold on. Wait, how'd you get there?
Elementary school age, huh?
Nah. How'd you get there?
I think I might do that.
No, wait.
Elementary school.
Hold up. Hold on. I'm trying to. Gosh. I'm so far off now.
Maybe I should. Oh, okay.
Ugh. No. Let's go here, maybe.
Okay. Early childhood education.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Might be getting somewhere.
No, you're not.
Maybe.
Notable early childhood educators.
Don't do it.
No, that's going to take me somewhere.
Don't do it.
No, you very well have a chance to win still.
You think so?
Yeah.
I hope so. Man.
Education theory.
But I'm getting stuck. Because they won't just. All I'm trying to do is. I just want to get to like this one. Nope. Let's try this.
Third grade.
Oh my goodness. There's like no links for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't find any. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a lot of medical speak and all that.
What? Oh my goodness. I think I'm way off now. Oh, I'm way off.
Think so?
I think so. Okay. I thought I was going to get somewhere with this. You know what?
These are too many medical and psychological articles.
Hold on.
Journals. Ain't gonna lead me to Barney.
Dog, oh man, I feel like I can get there. I really do. I feel like I can get there, but I just don't.
Grammar, syntax, sociolinguistic knowledge, pragmatics.
What is this?
Narrative discourse. Wait, I didn't click that.
Yes, sir.
No. They played me. Is this one instance where I can go back?
Nope. Nope.
Bro, I did not click this, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what? Hold up. Wait a minute. What is this? All right, I'm gonna click this. What about this? Ooh. Okay. Get where?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Media.
Oh, you're smoked.
No.
Yes, sir.
Run that back because I'm so close yet I'm so far.
You're smoked.
Man,
I finally found it. All right.
Back.
You want to hear this back?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're Barney and Friends, children's television series, costume performer, creature suit. Then I clicked suit actor because I was on creature suit before that, and then I clicked creature suit actor, and then creature suit again. And then that came from costume performer, Mickey Mouse, the Walt Disney Company, Nintendo Switch. I did a lot. Parental controls, YouTube Kids, YouTube.
How you even get to YouTube?
Google. You about to see. I'm telling you, I clicked a lot of stuff. Alphabet Inc. Amazon. VHS. Let me see. Netflix. Jurassic Park. Cloning. There we go.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Where'd you find Jurassic Park at on cloning?
If you go down, it was like in popular culture. If you go to in popular culture, and then it gives you like different music, movies, and like movies, I guess books, like just media in general that dealt with cloning.
It said in popular culture.
Yeah, in popular culture, and if you scroll down, it says cloning as resurrection, and then you'll see like the boys from Brazil. Oh, I heard about that movie, The Boys from Brazil, and Jurassic Park. It's further down the page.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, and that took me on that journey.
Well, good. Yeah, very good. Very good. I thought I was going to go the route of looking for like childhood development.
Yeah.
With that's why I was saying it was just articles and medical and speak like that. It was no like media or television. It was none of that. So
I thought you was getting there when you said child development, though. That I was like, oh, I'm not even close.
Nope.
Because when you said that, I was like Amazon.
Yeah. Oh. Nope. It was the wrong jargon. Shit.
I was trying to get to when I got to Amazon and I saw Alphabet, I was trying to get to like the actual ABCs. I know that they were talking about like Google and stuff like that, but I was like, maybe they'll have like something in there that says Alphabet that I can click, and then I can go to like kids or something like that. But yeah. Well, whatever. It worked.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, you got it. You got the
last time. That was I should have counted. Dang. Should have counted.
We should keep a tally. We should keep a tally.
We'll start keeping.
We'll start after on the next episode. We'll start. Yeah. That'll be one. That'll be one. Yeah. So 0-0. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all, huh?
I said we got practice in, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Plenty of practice. So now we, now there's gonna be a competition. I'm definitely about to turn it up and win. So that's cool.
All right, bro.
All right. Hey, but that's been another week of the Rick and Jordy podcast. We hope y'all like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments. Like Rick said, what was your comment? You said they need to leave.
If you find another version of the first photograph ever taken,
leave that in the comments. Again, like, share, subscribe, show us some love. And again, I'm one half of your host, Jordy,
and I'm the other half of your host, Rick,
and we'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.